There are so many bad fashion rules floating around magazines, books, and 2010s blogs.
I'm going to talk to you this morning about the way you look.
You name it, people have perpetuated a style problem full of rules and restrictions that tends to strip away personal identity. No white after Labor Day? Literally the mean girls we wear pink on Wednesdays of the late 19th and 20th century. You have to match your shoes to your belt and your bag? That just sounds like thinly disguised consumerism and perpetuates a shopping problem. Buy one thing and you have to buy 10 more to match. Every woman needs a white button down? No, you don't, especially if you're never gonna wear one. So I compiled a list of the fashion rules I think have aged well and are 1000% worth following. Let's first start with develop your personal style. Personal style is such a weird one because what a privileged era we live in where we can have personal style, but you also simultaneously have to fight through all of the constant barrage of trends and micro trends and cores and aesthetics, and even more confusing, participating in those trends can actually lead to finding your personal style. Personal style is a reflection of what you consume, what you love, what you get excited about. It's the movies you watch, the music you listen to, the scenery and decor you love. Your role is to be your own personal tastemaker, but it also comes with a lot of societal pressure to perform all the time. Especially with the rise of social media, personal style feels more performative than ever, when at its core, it's just really what you notice about yourself. I've always felt like personal style falls into two categories. You have your practical, uniform person. These people are often so engulfed in what they do that wearing a uniform is almost essential in the craft. Gives them a chance to find repetition under pressure, and in a fast-moving world where capitalism encourages the exact opposite, it's almost a personal form of rebellion in itself. Fran Lebowitz, known for her uniform of a nice blazer, crisp button-down shirt, and jeans, recognized this in herself with more of a formula than a strict uniform. It's not always rigid, but a way of knowing what you like and what you feel looks good. I like to think as I age, I tend to gravitate more towards the uniform structure. I know what I like and what I don't like, and I know what I feel comfortable in and wear often. And the other type is the reinventor or the pop star. This was definitely me in my early 20s and 30s. I think of Diana Ross, Elton John, Cher, Lady Gaga, how each era of their career was defined by how they dressed just as much as the art they made. This person has so many eras in their life, and each era is marked by a new discovery of personal style and taste, often evolving with each decade and change, whether it's work or surroundings or simply personal development. Life is ever evolving, so how you present yourself to the world feels naturally like it should evolve as well. But whatever category you fall into, personal style is a way to feel at home in your own body. But as I've said in the past, it's also a journey. The pressure shouldn't be to find it overnight. It's a journey of getting to know yourself and what makes you happy. Before we move on to our second style rule, a quick thank you to the sponsor of today's video. Style and money actually have a lot in common. Both look better when they fit your life instead of running it, which is why I'm excited that Rocket Money is sponsoring today's video. Subscriptions have definitely started to run my life. I swear every time I open my bank account, I'm like, wait a minute, when did I sign up for this? And am I even still using it? Rocket Money is an all-in-one personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. Once you connect your accounts, Rocket Money shows you every subscription you're paying for in one clean list. I found at least 3 I was no longer using, and canceling them took just a couple of taps. It's honestly pretty satisfying, a lot like cleaning out your closet. And beyond that, it can even help you negotiate bills and set up budgeting goals so you can track your spending and actually see where your money's going each month. I've been using it to spot those little repeat charges that add up. Rocket Money's helped customers save up to $740 a year when you use all of the app's premium features. So if you want to take control of your finances and finally cancel those sneaky subscriptions, you can try Rocket Money today by clicking the link in the description or scanning the QR code on the screen. Thank you, Rocket Money, for supporting this channel and my ongoing mission to stop paying for things I forgot existed. Okay, number 2, fit comes first. Now this one runs deep, and it is maddening, and it takes a long time to unpack and understand. Dress for your body type is some terrible advice if you aren't comfortable in what you are wearing. I'm not saying wear clothes that accentuate your curves and that's the only way you look good. Heck, wear a potato sack if you want. If that's what you feel confident in, wear that potato sack well. I wear potato sack clothing all the time. But if you don't feel confident in it, learn how the potato sack can be fitted to make you feel confident. Tailoring your clothes can be such a power move and can make an item in your wardrobe go from a back of the closet piece to your staple uniform because it was made perfectly to fit you. Sizing in the fashion industry is a mess and it's not going to be fixed anytime soon. Not much research has ever properly gone into women's sizing in America, and the few times the studies were done, it used a very small proportion of the population, so it was flawed in so many ways. I remember when I worked at Nordstrom, a tailor was always on site for alterations. They were also the highest paid employee in the store because not only is it becoming a rare skill set, it's also a labor-intensive job and should put the cost of making clothing into perspective. I do recognize though that again, this is a massive privilege. Going to a tailor is not cheap. I've never once done it because quite frankly, I can't afford it. I'm privileged in the help my mom has provided for me in simple alterations and the knowledge behind it. India de Beaufort, I think, is a perfect example of someone who has mastered the art of tailoring and understands the power it holds. She is such a good example of cutting up outfits and showing how fit can completely change your perspective and give an outfit a totally different look because it's sculpted to your body. With her signature stitch gun style, where she literally takes a stitch gun and sculpts the outfit to her liking, she'll rip apart a full dress and reshape it to her vision. Unless you have the budget for a bespoke suit or custom-made pants, learning these things can drastically change your relationship with clothing. I swear, a single dart or waist adjustment has saved so many of my clothes from ending up in the donate pile. Okay, so how do you balance proportions? Because a few simple tweaks can go such a long way. This isn't the end all be all of rules, but they can help you understand what might feel off. Mind your thirds. The rule of thirds comes from photography. It's the idea that a frame looks more dynamic when it's divided into 3 sections instead of being split right down the middle. The same thing happens with clothes. Your body is the frame and your outfit is the composition. When you cut your body in half, like when a shirt ends right at your hips, everything looks static, it's not moving. But when you shift that line higher or lower, you build visual flow. A tucked in top, crop jacket, high-waisted pant automatically divides your outfit into thirds. Photographers use thirds to control where your eye goes, and you can do the same thing with styling. A long coat adds vertical lines to pull the eye down. A belt or crop jacket breaks that line and creates focus. You're guiding the viewer's eye the same way a photographer does, just with fabric instead of light. You can also lean into opposites. If something's oversized on top, keep the bottom structured. Loose sweater, fitted trousers, wide leg pants, go for a slimmer top. Keeps the silhouette grounded. Also, watch the line. Vertical seams, open jackets, high-rise pants all help elongate the body. Horizontal lines like belts or cuffs stop the eye. Play with where those lines are and you'll see how easily you can break up an outfit and make it feel like it fits you instead of it's just kind of like blah and forming your whole body for you. And it doesn't always have to be about tailoring or structure. Sometimes it's the smallest styling tricks that bring balance back into a look. Adding a scarf at your waist can create an instant focal point and define the shape without needing a belt. A longer necklace or pendant can pull the eye down and give the illusion of length. Even something as simple as pushing up your sleeve. The Olsen twins have been doing this for years. It creates visual rhythm. You're showing skin, adding texture, breaking a clean line so it feels a little more lived in and a little less stiff. And it's also about creating that depth within the details. Okay, the next rule is a bit of a personal favorite of mine because it births a true artiste. I really got into studying this last year when I did a deep dive into Pantone, and if anybody needs a refresher, I learned Pantone has a chokehold on the fashion industry and feels a bit like a monopoly. It has a major chokehold on designers, and if anybody wants me to revisit it, I would love to, honestly. Seriously though, use color theory to put together outfits. Learn color theory now, like right now. Like your life will be so much easier once you do. You'll understand fashion, interior design, and art that didn't make any sense before. Sir Isaac Newton had no idea he was going to contribute to fashion as much as he did when he made the color wheel, and quite frankly, he does not get enough credit for those well-balanced banger outfits he wore. He was rocking the 60-30-10 rule like nobody's business. Here's how color theory will change your outfits. The 60-30-10 rule is 60% of your outfit should be your main color, usually a neutral base like black, beige, denim, or navy. 30% is your supporting color, something that adds depth or contrast, like a jacket or a knit layer. And 10% is your accent, your pop of color. A red shoe, a silk scarf, a statement earring. It's the spice to the basic uniform. And the color wheel is what you use to put together cohesive outfits. Every designer knows and understands the color wheel and color theory. Issey Miyake loves to use complementary colors. Yves Saint Laurent turned triadic palettes into wearable art in the 1960s Mondrian collection. Dries Van Noten, honestly actually known for breaking rules in color theory, but he's also known for making the boldest colors harmoniously go together with attention to detail. So let's break it down. Monochrome color, different depths. This is the easiest way to look intentional without trying. It works because your eye reads the tonal variation as texture. Think cream trousers, a beige sweater, and a tan blazer. It feels layered even if it's all one hue. Analogous is neighbors on the color wheel. These are your warm blends, plum, red, and rust. These colors share undertones, so they always get along. This is the secret to looking cohesive. It's a personal favorite of mine because I decade clash a lot. And the easiest way to make things feel like they go together, even if they came from a different time period, is staying in the same analogous color family. Now, complementary, these are the colors opposite of each other on the color wheel. Blue and orange, pink and green, purple and yellow. They make each other pop because your eye is wired to crave that balance. And the ultimate trick is to let one color lead and the other support. Think navy trousers with a rust top, or soft sage dress with a blush pink accessory or shoe. The key on that one is proportion. Next, triadic, 3 colors evenly spaced on the wheel. You know what, I'll be honest with you on this one. Unless the 1980s really take over again, we don't really need to worry about this. Triadic colors is when you use 3 colors that are evenly spaced on the color wheel, basically forming a triangle. Classic example is red, yellow, and blue. But it works with any trio that forms that same spacing. I think you really see this a lot in street style posts and like New York Fashion Week type atmospheres, like pairing cobalt blue pants with a rust top and a mustard accessory. Sounds chaotic, but because the hues are evenly spaced on the color wheel, your eye reads it as harmonious. But truly, if you are a master of the triadic color wheel and you use it often, you most likely are a true artist, and I know you love to have fun with your outfits. And also, don't forget, white, black, and gray are achromatic. It's a neutral base that doesn't clash when thrown into the mix. It's why those 3 colors are mostly, not always, but like widely considered foolproof and the base of an outfit. Color theory is basically just visual logic and mathematics. I'm gonna call it FashStem. Has that been coined? Has anybody done that yet? Am I new to this? Okay, last but certainly not least, number 4 is my channel thesis. My magnum opus, my piece de la resistance in fashion. Quality, not quantity. If there's one fashion rule that has actually aged well, it's buy better, not more. And I'm not gonna lie, doing these fashion reviews is really killing my vibe around here. I really understand the irony in it all. I'm ending up with a mediocre wardrobe just for the sake of showing people what bad clothing looks like. But at the end of the day, my hope is the fashion industry will finally realize women do care about craftsmanship and do in fact want to buy things that last longer than 10 washes, that we can all be a sounding board for fit, durability, and fabric. When you look at vintage clothes, even the everyday stuff, you can feel the difference. Heavier cotton, tighter stitches, real metal zippers. We expect so much less out of fashion brands these days because wearing clothes long term has fallen out of fashion. The fast fashion machine wants us to believe quantity equals choice, but all it's really done is make everything feel the same. Same fabrics, same cuts, same lifespan of about a year before it pills and falls apart. And trust me, I get it. Quality can be expensive. It can be inaccessible if you don't have the time to thrift. But it's not only just about price. It's about paying attention, checking fabric content, noticing construction, asking who made it, understanding how long it's meant to last before it ends up in a landfill. When you start looking for quality, it forces you to slow down in what you are purchasing. It forces you to look at the brand as a whole and see where the disconnect is. Buying clothing that's quality first isn't just about saving the planet, it's also about showing yourself respect. It's respect for your time, for your money, for the people who made it. You aren't churning and burning your wardrobe each season and spending money on things that won't mean anything to you a year from now. It's an investment in your time and your wallet. Check seams, look at care tags, look at fabric composition, learn what fabrics you like and can care for properly. Some of you don't like certain types of wool, and that's okay. And we don't need to be experts in the field, but knowledge goes a long way in understanding longevity and what you like. In the same way you know what food you like, why not have the same idea with clothing? We're required to do both every day. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. So yeah, quality, not quantity. And also, stop getting rid of your clothes. Half the time, you aren't giving something a chance. The most well-dressed people are the ones who have had their clothes for years, decades even. They are so comfortable in their clothes because they have been washed and worn and molded to their body. So much of your clothing doesn't look good because it looks brand new. It's stiff and unloved. Let your clothes breathe. So, if you take nothing else from this video, it's this. Good style isn't about rules. It's about noticing what works for you. Personal style is everything because it fuels creativity, and caring enough to make clothes last is the most important style rule we have. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new around here, I might have some extra videos for you right here and right here. Most likely me talking smack about poor quality and thrifting. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.